The night following the birth of the Omen twins happens in silence. The city is quiet and no songs or music are sound. The two newborn babies are put together in a single chamber. They are alone, completely alone, without love, without any mother or father to watch over them. Until the door opens and one single person comes towards them. It's their father, Godfrey. He watches over them and caresses them both softly and caringly. He stands there for a while clearly having endless thoughts going through his head. Meanwhile, Marika is joined by the finger reader crone by her bed, and she tells her how the fingers are silent. That's not a good thing. The day Godwin was born, joy and strength could be felt blooming from the Earth Tree's core, yet now there's nothing. Marika is silent herself. She doesn't understand. She has been faithful her whole life. All she has done, all she is doing, all she's going to do. Why has the greater will cursed her like this? The crone claims it all happens for a reason. Perhaps there is a bigger message that is being sent. As the crone wants to keep preaching, Marika eventually sends her away, not able to hear anymore. And that's when Godfrey enters. They are silent together as well. But Marika soon breaks the ice and makes a clear statement. She doesn't want them. Those two things that came out of her, they can be a part of the very same family they have built. Godfrey just listens. But Marika even states that she won't hear anything else. She wants them gone. That's when they can hear the babies crying. All the way from the other room. And the silence continues between them. Godfrey just stares. And then heads out to his sons. Once he gets into that room, young Godwin is already there, cradling one of the two. The young lord tells his father how they are scared. He can feel it. Godfrey smiles and holds the other baby in his arms, truly giving him some warmth and love. Lord Godfrey looks at his newborn son in his arms, and then at his older son holding the other. He's proud. There is more strength in this room than out there. And he just hopes, Marika will see that too. Some days later, Godfrey is playing swords with Godwin out in one of the gardens. Godwin shows promise even though he's still very young. They even play a bit, where Godfrey pretends to lose a fight while Godwin is laughing. It's a wholesome scene, but Godfrey does feel his age catching up with him a little bit. He's still stronger than ever, but it's shown how there is some confusion in his eyes. And that's when one of the servants joins him and tells him there are civilians to see in the throne room of the palace. Godfrey takes it upon himself as Marika is still healing from the difficult labor. Marika herself is walking through the hallways, weak and slow, but walking nonetheless. She passes the room of her newborn twins. Yet she doesn't enter. She just passes. She can hear the twins inside as they are calling for her, wanting their mother to be close. But she simply leaves, wanting nothing to do with them. In the throne room, a whole scene ensues as Godfrey listens to requests and complaints of several people. All is very standard and basic and boring, until a strange hooded figure enters. The whole atmosphere turns very ominous and serious as silence takes over the room and everyone starts staring at this mysterious man. He's tall as Godfrey, and very intimidating. He wears a huge cloak, but does look the Lord straight into the eyes. He doesn't have a complaint, only a proposition. He has heard many tales of Lord Godfrey, about his strength, his wars, his victories, his conquests, all in the name of the beautiful queen. There has not been a single one out there to best him. Not a single one to bring the great lord to his knees. He proposes a duel, a fight, just them, out near the entrance lift of the Altus Plateau. He will be there for 3 days and 3 nights, and he will give him a true fight. He's scolded, laughed at by many. He's almost sent away by the guards, but Godfrey takes him seriously, it seems. He asks why. What does he hope to gain? The mysterious man just smiles, says he has no reason. He just wants to show him what it feels like to be everyone else. He will stand at the great lift of the Altus Plateau, the land on which the capital stands. Without saying anything else, the man leaves. Many laugh and mock him, but Godfrey is silent. Yes, the figure was very mysterious, but the sheer authority he had, it makes Godfrey think. Later, he joins Marika in her bedchamber. This is where they have a long and serious conversation about the fate of their newborn sons. Marika, although still weak but healing, stands by her point. Omen are a sign of weakness. The world she's creating is one of gold. Their golden order must be forged from strength and blessing, not a curse. She can't have those marks on her legacy. Godfrey counters this. Omen births used to be a sign of strength itself. There have been so many cases of this from past centuries. This is the first time they have been blessed with it. Perhaps it is a sign of their power after all. Marika won't have that. Omen twins used to be a sign of strength, yes, in a past age, before their reign came to be. The very age the greater will has tasked her to... Godfrey slams his fists on the bed. This silences Marika. He finally shows his anger now. He can't believe she would have it this way. Marika is unfazed. There are curses on their legacy. Godwyn can't be linked to them. Godfrey rages. They are their sons, their flesh, their blood. The two have a huge fight. Marika is very subtle, while she keeps lying in bed, but she knows just how to push Godfrey to the brink, while he almost wants to break something. But out of the respect, he contains himself. He eventually simply asks what she wants to be done with them. Marika is honest and clear. They must be killed, thrown off the edge of their land. Godfrey is silent for a long time now. He simply looks at the woman he had once loved so dearly. Yet he can't believe this is the order she wants to build, where newborn children would be killed. He won't have it. Yet he says nothing. He simply tells her he would have brought the whole world to kneel for her. Marika is confused. What does that mean? But instead of answering, he walks away and closes the door. Marika is left behind in her chamber, demanding an explanation, but she doesn't get it. We cut to Godfrey entering a huge dark sewer system. It's a large underground complex directly below Leyndell, the capital. He holds both his newborn sons in his arms, and he heads down as far as he can go until he's several hundreds of meters below the surface. It's a dark and eerie place, yet people do live here. It seems everyone here has some sort of skin disease or condition. In other words, everyone who would be considered not pure or worthy, just like the Omen twins. In a surprising emotional moment, Godfrey says goodbye to his sons as he hands them over to the people there, telling them to raise them. Maybe one day they would have a chance at an honest life. Maybe one day the Queen would see their true selves. Maybe. He kisses his sons a final time as they're crying, feeling their father is abandoning them. But Godfrey sees no other way. He simply says farewell to them and leaves. Outside the city walls, Godfrey walks across the plains of the Altus Plateau, the land on which the capital is built. He walks endlessly while staring at the capital in the distance. He walks all the way to the lifts at the edge of the plateau. It's a huge, colossal contraption meant as the only way to reach the capital grounds. And that's where the mysterious man is. He's sitting at a fire, alone, with only a simple sword by his side. He sees Godfrey approaching, and they both look for a long time. He knew he'd come, sooner or later. He knew. Godfrey is silent, feeling rage and betrayal inside of him. He doesn't know if those feelings make him stronger or weaker, but he feels one clear thing: the lust for fight. Godfrey takes out his own sword as the two figures have a standoff. It's the middle of the night. Slight rain starts to drop as the wind blows through the long grass of the fields. They stand there almost like two samurai before a duel. Let's get this over with. Right there, they fight. Godfrey uses all his strength and dexterity to hack and slash, but in pure shock, his opponent manages to dodge every one of them. The man is soon shown to be very skilled, extremely skilled. He even manages to attack as well instead of simply dodging and evading. The fight is long, but as it continues, Godfrey sees how this man is not fighting out of rage or brutality. He's simply enjoying it. He can see how the man is almost testing him, and as the minutes pass, Godfrey loses his sense of hatred and also calms down. They keep fighting, yet now purely out of respect. Godfrey slashes down, but his opponent ducks down. The other slashes sideways, but Godfrey backs off. They are almost perfectly matched. The moon stands high, and the two titans keep dueling. The rain stops, and they keep dueling. Even when the moon starts to lower, and the darkness of the night starts to make way for the rise of the sun, the two men keep dueling. Hours on end, they keep fighting. Until the sun almost rises on the horizon in the distance, and when both of them are as tired as can be, but with hardly any wounds. The sun is about to rise, and that's when the opponent stops and stares out into the distance, the wind blowing through his hair. He closes his eyes and sighs with satisfaction. Both are out of breath. The man stands before Godfrey and thanks him. Godfrey, not knowing what to think, stands before him, and they both nod. But before the Lord says anything, the mysterious figure closes his eyes peacefully, faintly smiling, and collapses as his body disappears into 1,000 gold lights that disappear into the sky. Godfrey remains alone, extremely tired, and suddenly sighs deeply. His sword feels heavy and he drops it, and eventually the great warrior completely collapses. His body lies there for a long time until eventually his loyal soldiers find him and take him with them back to Leyndell. The next thing we see is Godfrey waking up in his bedchamber as several servants watch over him, as is Marika. One of the servants informs Marika how Godfrey is alive, but weak. They can feel it and see it in his eyes. His once great strength and lust for fight and power has seemingly vanished. Soon, Marika and Godfrey are alone. She looks down on him and demands to know where he sent the twins, but Godfrey remains silent. They're out of the palace, and that's all that matters. A silent scene follows. Godfrey had always seen the queen's eyes filled with love and respect and affection. Yet now, there is only dismay. No hate, no anger, just apathy. As if he's a stray dog being abandoned by an owner. It seems those twins have taken his strength, Marika believes. She can see it in his eyes. Whatever happened, he's but a fraction now of the man he used to be. Godfrey gets up and feels his body aching. It's as if a god is experiencing what it's like to feel human. But he accepts it. He knows that his fight from last night will be his last fight ever. His last worthy one. His goal is complete. And he has no wishes to remain by the side of the woman he had once adored so much. An empire where newborn children are tossed aside like filth. That's one he won't be a part of. They have a long and bitter moment as they gaze at each other, until Marika officially disowns him. He is not to be her consort anymore, nor a lord, nor a leader of her army. Godfrey nods slowly, and he takes off the ring he had once received from her as wife, and he simply drops it on the floor. He is done. Later that day, Marika announces Godfrey to be exiled from Leyndell. The reasons are kept vague as many people are confused, but Godfrey has simply packed his belongings and leaves. He walks to his army camp where all his soldiers greet and respect him. Godfrey smiles and tells them to keep fighting for what they believe is right. For strength and loyalty is not always belonged to divinity. As Godfrey walks away, however, suddenly one soldier drops his arms and joins him. The man tells his commander how he knows where his loyalty lies. With him, always. He will follow Godfrey till the day he'll die, and not before. Never before. Soon, another man follows, and another, and another, and another. Dozens join, hundreds join, thousands join. Almost the entire army of Marika drops all arms and joins Godfrey. Marika stares in disbelief at the sight, and Godfrey smiles at all his brothers and promises them they will venture into a worthy future together. And so the great Lord Godfrey departs with thousands of his brothers alongside him, away from Leyndell. Marika stares at them in anger as she looks at the Erdtree behind her. She proclaims that all followers of Godfrey are to be stripped from their guidance, just like their lords. And just like that, a wind passes across the Altus Plateau, and we see how all the thousands of soldiers lose their grace as countless of golden lights come out of their bodies and disappear into the air. That night, Marika heads to a single room deep inside the palace, way below the ground it seems. She is greeted by a large creature, half wolf, half man. It comes at her in defiance, but upon realizing who she is, he halts. He's friendly, bowing for her. Marika calls him by the name of Malekith. She tells him how she can feel a changing in the wind. Omen twins have been birthed. Godfrey is gone with his army. She can feel the greater will gazing upon the world, but is unsure about her part in it. Malekith wonders if she is afraid of her fate. Marika is, but hides it. She doesn't know what to feel right now, but wants to be sure her future is secured, along with that of her son Godwin. In a very unique ritual, Marika heads to an altar in the middle of the room, and there she raises her hand in the air while touching the altar with the other. And right above her, in the middle of the room, it appears. Golden symbols, the same ones that we have seen several times during our story. Marika praises it, calling it the great Elden Ring, holder of all power and might. The golden color fills the entire room, and with a huge flash of gold, we are taken back to our current timeline. Melina lets go of Finnick's hand as he falls on the ground. She showed him everything we just saw. Finnick gasps for air, not comprehending the size of it all, and Melina confirms it a final time to him. He is a tarnished, stripped from grace, called back to his land to take back power after he and thousands like him had once followed their beloved commander. Regain the guidance of grace, Finnick. Follow the light towards the Erdtree, towards the Elden Ring, towards the throne.